Welcome back to Theresa.is.Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. And if you're new here, welcome. I am a true garbage human being. So if you're not into foul language or just weird shit in general, then this is probably not the place for you. Feel free to X out the video here. No harm, no foul. But I'll remember our time fondly. And if you want to just jump to the overall looks, swatches, review, and all that good stuff, I will leave a time code down below. Feel free to jump ahead. Okay, so this story actually is for my people that work in offices. No, there's no Bob. There's someone even better. Disgusting Mary. That's what we're gonna call her. So I had to go to a meeting today off site. Right before the meeting or whatever, I was like, yeah, let me go to the bathroom because this meeting was gonna be like 2 hours long. As soon as I walked into the bathroom, it was not a very big bathroom, but it was, decent size. With about 4 or 5 different stalls and then a row of sinks. So I walk in and immediately I could tell that I wasn't alone. I heard this woman, it sounded like she was literally blowing up the bathroom. And I'm not gonna make fun of her because, dude, we've all been there. Like, whatever, grow up, we've all been there. But you would think when there's other people entering the bathroom, you kind of like cork it, you know what I mean? So no, this sounded like literally a chunky waterfall. Yeah, I said it. And I'm sorry that I gave you that mental image, but whatever. Anyway, so this lady's literally chunky waterfalling, and I'm like, oh dear me, did she not realize I'm in the bathroom? So I'm like, like I literally clear my throat. Nah, this lady is just full rain going for it. I'm like, okay. So I choose a stall literally the opposite side of her because bad enough I could smell it, and if I could smell it, that means it's awful. I literally go to the bathroom so fast, I get out of the stall and I'm about to wash my hands when all of a sudden I just hear like the toilet flush. Normal people usually just sit in the stall. When they blow up a bathroom, they're so embarrassed by it. They sit in the stall, want to kill themselves, and wait till the person leaves, and then shamefully walk out of the fucking stall and wash your hands and pretend that this never happened. This lady didn't give a shit and came out of the stall and headed to the sink. I didn't want to make eye contact with her. I really didn't, because I wanted to be super respectful, to be like, you know what, bathroom code, I'm literally just gonna look down and totally pretend that you just did not fucking shit all over the wall. And I'm like washing my hands, literally extra lathering my hands up with soap. And this lady just stops in front of the mirror, kind of like glance up into the mirror. This lady is zhuzhing her hair. She looks at me, she smiles, she turns around and walks out of the bathroom. She didn't even try to pretend to wash her hands. She literally touched her fucking hair and then left. So the whole time I'm thinking, wow, she touched the fucking handle on the way out. I'm like, great, so now I have to get like extra paper towel because I don't want to touch anything this lady fucking touched. So I'm like literally like kind of like stepping like around minefields, like it's just disgusting. So whatever, I get out of the bathroom and I'm heading to the meeting that we're about to have, and I wind up sitting next to my good friend. I'm sitting next to her and I'm like, hey, look, can I tell you something? There's this lady that just didn't wash her hands in the bathroom. Now my friend's a fucking germaphobe. She was like, who didn't wash your hands? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know who she is. I said, I've never seen her before. As soon as I said that, can I tell you, Scary Mary decided to come in.
Hi everybody, hi, how are you? I'm Mary, I'm gonna be leading today's meeting. I know a lot of you guys don't know me, but hi. And I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you.
And I literally could not stop following her disgusting shit hands, because I'm like, oh my god, this lady did not wash her hands, and now she's leading a meeting, and it's, fuck the meeting. I don't even know what the hell we're talking about, because all I want to focus on is her goddamn hands.
Oh, hold on a second, I'll be right back.
She walks out of the room. I'm like holding onto my friend's arm, like, that's the lady that went to the bathroom and didn't wash her hands. She's like, oh my god. I'm like, I know. The lady comes back in, and we're trying to like remain calm and cool, because we're in our 30s, and it's just like, we don't want to be like high school, but like, it's gross. So this lady walks back into her room with a stack of handouts. I swear to god, I shit you not, this is what she does. And grabs one of them and goes,
here you go.
And I'm literally like, no. So then Scary Mary goes around to each person and literally licks her fucking finger, takes a handout, puts it down, literally does it to everybody. And I'm like one of the last people that's on the other side of the room. So I'm kind of just like petrified, thinking, how am I going to get through this meeting? I don't want to touch this fucking paper. So finally she gets to me, she's like,
oh hi, I saw you in the bathroom, how are you?
I'm like, I'm great. And she puts the paper down in front of me. I pretty much could have just tied my hands behind my back. I was like, oh, okay, all right, we're gonna be talking about QED reports. Got it. Okay, yeah, all right. Not gonna touch this. Nope, not in a million years. For the rest of the meeting, I watched this woman go around the room, touching different objects with her shitty hands and licking her fingers and touching handouts. She must have thought I was a fucking bitch, actually me and my friend, because we did not touch the papers. We kind of just sat there looking at other people's papers, like as if our hands were broken, because neither one of us wanted to touch the fucking papers. But you think the story ends there? Not so much. Halfway into the meeting, we decided to have a 15-minute break. Me and my friend, we go and we wash our hands because we're like, we literally just want to scrub our skin off our hands. Even though we didn't touch anything, it's still, the thought of it is really gross. We come back to the meeting, there's a whole tray of pastries and coffee. And what does Scary Mary do? She comes and she goes,
wow, look at all these pastries.
She fucking starts touching each one of them, holding them up, like as if they're fucking artifacts. Like,
oh, I think this is a chocolate croissant. Oh, I think no, you know what? I had a big breakfast.
And then she put it back. The bitch put it back, okay? Now, you're probably saying, oh, she probably washed her hands. No, she didn't leave the fucking room. She didn't even go back to the bathroom. That bitch sat in that room, did not wash her hands at all. And she touched pastries. And then I had to watch the other people in this meeting eat the pastries. And it was almost as if like someone poisoned the water. That's what I just wanted to get up and flip the table and just start screaming, stop eating the pastries! But I didn't do that. I am a fucking coward at the end of the day, because how do I even start that conversation? How do I go, hey guys, Mary literally shit on the wall. Do you really want to eat that almond croissant? I can't do that. So instead I watched people in that meeting eat said pastries, and yeah, and I just watched in horror. So about an hour later, the meeting ended and we all left the room, and all I could think about was, this is how people get the flu. So yeah, so that was my day. How was your day? I feel like I went a little too crazy, and it's a lot for a Tuesday morning, but you know what? Fuck it. Until they send a memo out that I can't do this, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. So enjoy this draggy smoky eye. I am. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Kat Von D Fetish palette. But before we get into the review, I do want to throw a big old disclaimer in here. This is purely about the palette and the palette alone. This has nothing to do with her as a person. So with any sort of reservations you may have or whatever, I understand if you do not want to watch this. I get it, that's fine. But I did buy it, and I am a fan of Kat Von D eyeshadows in general. I have a lot of her palettes, and I find that her formula is very good. So that's why I picked this up personally. But I understand if she is canceled to you, I get that. So feel free to X out the video and I will catch you in the next one. This guy right here retails for a whopping I almost dropped it, $63. I think it's basically supposed to look like cat and nine tails, obviously, because it's so edgy and fetishy. So let me read you a little bit about the palette. An ultra limited eyeshadow palette loaded with 24 boundary pushing yet surprisingly versatile new shades and 4 sensational finishes. Lose all inhibitions with this collectible eyeshadow palette beyond your wildest fantasies, because apparently this thing fucks you. The Fetish Eyeshadow palette features a spread of silky smooth eyeshadows and 4 fetish inspired finishes. Who the fuck writes this? These ultra desirable shades create a truly sensational experience. Dip a brush, a fingertip, a dick into any one of these eyeshadows to feel the rich, velvety texture. The matte, glimmer, metallic, and mega glitter shadows deliver intense pigmentation and superior blendability for a mind-blowing experience you'll crave again and again. First of all, eyeshadow palettes need to stop sounding so like overly fucking 50 Shades of Grey. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not expecting this thing to have sex with me, nor do I want to read stuff like that. And I'm not a prude by any means. Like, I'm all for people having sex and doing whatever you gotta do. That is so goddamn cringy. Come on, really? Okay, fine. This Fetish palette, it's fucking huge. I actually kind of like the feel of it. It has like a pleathery, leathery dominatrix, like this thing is going to hit me while I talk about my daddy issues. And I kind of liked how it looks. And I like that it's like black on black. I think that's really cool. When you open her up, you get a giant mirror, which I'm not gonna blind you, so I'll put it right here. And you get the 24 shades. So here are the things that I like about this palette. I really like this yellow shade. I think the shade Sex is actually quite awesome. It's probably one of the better mustard yellows, I would have to say. I think it's a really nice shade. I had no problem with blending it out, building it up. Actually, you don't even have to build it up personally. You can probably dip your brush in it twice and it has so much pigment, which is unbelievable considering a lot of yellows are just really hard to make. Deviant, I thought Deviant was very pretty, and I was a fan of these matte brown gray shades and like these lighter transition color shades. I was fine with those. Everything else was kind of an issue. Okay, so this is what I don't like about this palette. One, I don't like that it's worth $63. This palette should be anywhere from $45 to $49. I don't think $63 is this palette. Granted, that's kind of the staple for her holiday palette, so she always priced shit high. And this I can understand. This I get. I think I'm one of the only people that actually likes this weird cathedral palette. I think it's just a beautiful palette and just a really cool piece in my collection. Like, I like the packaging and I hate the packaging at the same time. I like that it has like a very fun S&M feel to it. I love the black on black. I think it's really pretty. However, I just don't like how bulky and weird shaped it is. This could have been easily much better if it wasn't so fucking ball shaped. I don't know, like, it's just really odd to me. I don't like how if you want to do your makeup and hold this, it's actually kind of cumbersome to hold in a way, and it's a little bit on the heavier side. So you kind of feel like your hand's like dipping down and you're trying to do your makeup and hold the palette at the same time and also dip into the brush. There's a lot of weird fallout and kick up in the pans, especially with these fucking awful glittery shade ones. So when you're trying to hold and do your makeup, you're actually spilling a lot of product on the floor, which really sucks. I also don't understand why they didn't have some sort of protector sheet. That would have made a lot more sense in this. But no, it actually, the shadows kind of get all over the place and then it creates like this really gross mess, and I'm not a fan of that. The mirror's fine. It's okay. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the mirror. Now, the shades that I didn't like, the purple was very patchy, the green also patchy and weird. This blue shade actually dyes your skin, not fun. These shimmery chunky shimmer bullshit shades are so chunky and metallic. I think they're really meant for a finger, and personally I don't like using my fingers for eyeshadows. I just don't like doing it. Very seldomly I will do it just to see if something will work better. I personally like to use a brush, honestly. I felt that when I did use this with a brush, it actually just became incredibly messy. It dipped into the pan in such a weird way. You can see like how it's all cracked and craggly and like a chunk. See how like chunks of it is missing compared to any other goddamn eyeshadow? I hate that it actually destroyed the palette in a way, but it's okay because the eyeshadows are shit. I didn't use all the shades personally because I was completely uninspired when I got this. So when I first saw this on Trend Mood and Kat Von D's Instagram, I was like, oh shit, that actually looks really cool. And it looked really, really cool. When I got it in person, I was like, womp womp womp. There was no excitement at all using this. I felt like, see, I can't even think of anything to say because that's how I feel when I'm using this palette. I think I can create some good looks, but then I find myself going, oh, this palette's missing that, so I guess I should bring out another palette. I find myself combining things. Now, granted, this is 24 eyeshadow shades. In theory, I should be able to make a lot of different looks with this, but I find that either things look exactly the same or they're so blah and muddy that I'm like, I have no real inspiration or want to use any of these eyeshadows. The only redeeming quality is this fucking yellow. This yellow is awesome. Other than that, I was kind of like, I take that back. Some of these matte shades up here and these two were completely fine. I found that the more like neutral tones I was okay with. They're very similar to her current formula. The green and the purple though, holy shit, I was like, what is this? They were so patchy and weird, and I've never had one of her eyeshadows actually stain my skin, so that was kind of surprising. I really wanted to like this palette more because regardless of whatever you think of her, I really do like her brand and I really do like her eyeshadow quality. I feel like somebody dropped the ball on this because the quality is not consistent as her other eyeshadow palettes. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe it's just really muted and the only pops of color technically for me is this yellow because I'm not counting this purple or green because they are fucking garbage. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why it looks so blah to me. It just sucks because I feel like I was duped a little bit. Online it looked a lot fucking cooler, and then in person I'm like, oh. I feel like this palette in a way is catfishing me. Like I was expecting to see this cool 20-year-old and instead this fucking 40-year-old showed up and I'm like, who's this guy? That's exactly what I feel like when I look at this palette. So with that said, if you're on the fence about it, I wouldn't be because I don't think it's personally worth it. For $63, I would save that coin and go get something else because this ain't worth the money. However, if you do own it and you think I'm completely wrong, which in all purposes I could be because as you know, makeup is subjective, please let me know down below. I would love to hear from you because I want to know if you're having the same experience that I'm having. Again, I want to reiterate, this is not the worst palette that I've ever used, but I definitely don't think it's worth the price point. There's a certain level of expectation when you're using a Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, and it just wasn't met with this one, so oh well. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about it, if you are going to pick it up, or if you're going to completely skip out, or if you don't care and you want me to review something else. So let me know down below because I love hearing from you guys. And with that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, it's free, and hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.